Well, hello there. It's
How's,
that time again. Susan's over there. I'm over here, and it's Geeks Assembled. And this week we're discussing a Netflix series, season one, which I only found out this week that it's been renewed for the third season, and
nice.
season two hasn't even been made as yet.
Well, they
So
have a lot to answer, a lot of
a
questions.
lot of questions, yeah.
They left
Um,
so much unsaid, unfinished.
yes, we I'll give you the title. It's the three body problem we're talking about this week.
Uh-huh.
And eight parts. It was eight parts, wasn't it?
Hmm.
Best season. Um, all because it starts, with the sending signals out into space, trying to contact if there's life out there. There is a time jumps. The years do jump about a bit in this. So and then it's mysteriously these scientists are all killing themselves apparently, and they don't know why. But with every scientist who's found a headset, which is a new game, a video game, but the
Or is
technology,
it?
but the technology is so advanced. Does it come from Earth? Um, and that's where the story starts. So I'm going to go over to Susan with her opening thoughts on Free Body Problem.
Yeah, the story starts off with there being a couple of people who a mother and a daughter basically in the Cultural Revolution in China, and they are on opposite sides of a question. And the one daughter is following a scientific mindset, and the other one is following a cultural revolution mindset. And the mother is the one, and they end up meeting up later on, and it's pretty devastating. And
Hmm.
so, but the reality of this is that this game is kind of like Stargate Universe. It's a game that is designed the to test the intellect of the people around, and
Hmm.
also in this case, it's actually to solve one of the existential problems that are experienced by this other life form, this other planet. So the planet is in a a trinary star system. There's multiple planets, but there's three stars. And because of the erratic nature of the three body system, they can't tell when it's safe to go out, when what the weather's going to be like, what the anything is going to be like. It's just horrible. They basically are like existentially threatened by their own solar system, which is sort of devastating. And so they've solicited humanity because humanity's found a way to contact them.
Hmm.
And but they are more interested later on in just arriving and coming to, switch places with us, give us an existential crisis, and basically move into our planet. And the first way you find out about these guys is like there's a countdown that people see in front of their eyes, and that's what drives them bonkers.
That's the scientist, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. And then there's also the game console, which is actually just a communication, an instant communication device with folks on that world. And various, you're allowed to sort of direct the game a little, but not very much because these people who jumped in, who weren't invited, were sliced up in the game. Just
Yeah,
there was a
you've got to be invited to
yeah,
play.
and and then it, you know, the development of the relationships between people. One of the friends of one of the scientists develops pancreatic cancer and is really close to death and ends up, you know, not being able to express his true feelings, which is sad. I mean, that's like ultimate sadness right there. And I don't know. The reality is what the the relationships are what and who's really in charge. And the cast is great and the story's interesting. And
Yeah,
I thought it was slow at first. Oh my gosh, I was struggling. First two episodes, I was like, but then I realized, then after asking Lee what the hell is going on, he said, no, it's just it's mysterious. There's a question of to solve here.
yeah,
I was like, oh, all right. I'm watching this wrong. I'm watching this from the, you know, Starship Troopers sense of the word and not from the or the alien sense of the
mm,
word and not from the you know, Miss Marple side. So now this is Miss Marple in space. Anyway,
it has to happen. That
it has to happen that, yeah.
Apple in
So
space.
so it's got an amazing British cast, and I'll
Mhm.
let Lee go on with that. What's the yeah, tell us all about the cast.
Well, the cast you got some well-known faces in here
Mm-hmm.
and some new faces. So you
Mm-hmm.
know, you've got, as Wade, you've got Liam Cunningham. Um, he's the mysterious leader of the Secret Service, um, who you think great. He's straightforward, no nonsense, and he doesn't care who falls by the wayside, as he proves when he uses that technology on the ship.
Yeah.
That was when that scene came. That was just horrendous.
Oh my gosh. No kidding.
Women, children, everybody,
Anything.
anything was destroyed, killed.
Uh-huh.
Just
Sliced up.
yeah. Um, you've
Like one
got
of those old egg slicers.
yeah, just straight through the ship. Um,
Oh my god.
you've also got say Jonathan Price
Uh-huh.
in this, who was in contact with the aliens,
Uh-huh.
who he called his lord, and he reads them fairy tales. And unbeknownst to him, they believe the fairy tales to be true. But once he starts to explain, no, no, these are all made up. These, they're fantasy, and they say lies. Well, it's a sort of a lie, but it's a story. Then they all of a sudden they don't want to know. They want they see the human race as bugs now.
Yes.
Um, um, and they say, I mean, this to get to panic the planet by saying we are coming, we are, you are bugs. But then they'd say we're going to be there in 400 years. Um, they're giving the human race time to defend themselves, aren't they?
and to grow up.
And yeah. Um,
But the fact that the that Mike Evans doesn't know how to describe a fairy tale other than stating that it's not true, it's a lie. Uh, the whole idea that something has to be, it, and they are using a video game, which is not true on certain levels.
yeah.
I mean, we really have to ask the question: when does Mike see that the video game that everybody's playing, when does he get to see that that's the same thing? I mean,
Mm,
that's coming up in season 2, because they have to that has to become equatable in the mind of the aliens,
hmm
because otherwise, you know, we've got a false equivalency and it pisses me off.
mm. You also got Benedict Wong in here.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Amazing.
it's
From
so
Doctor Strange.
yeah, it's so deadpan. It's so, it's, matter of fact. That's it. He has problems with his son. They don't see eye to eye in this. Um, but a great character, and his character sort of goes from just being a normal person who works for Wade to being, by the end of the season, a bodyguard for the other character who's chosen to be what was it? One of the think tank.
Yeah.
Um,
The three people.
yeah, and who he doesn't want to. What was his name? What's his character name now?
Jack Rooney,
No, it it was Saul, wasn't it?
Saul,
Yeah, Giovanna
Saul
Deacon.
Durand.
Yeah, so yeah,
Okay, so it was the think tank was Jin, Saul, and Jack, right? Or
mm.
Jin, Saul, and who?
No, the think tank was the three people. What the world?
Right,
The,
right.
oh, yeah, no, it wasn't them three.
Who
They
was
only
it?
chose. They only chose one of them because Jack was killed, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it was Saul who was chosen against his will. And he was told to put that bulletproof suit on.
Uh-huh.
There was these other two people who we'd never seen before from different countries. There was three people chosen.
Yeah. All right, that's right.
Um, but yeah, it's an interesting show. As you say, it starts off quite slow.
and there's Ade Edmondson is in this as well.
Yeah, yeah, as one of the industrial bosses.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it starts off quite slow, but when you get to about episode 3, then things start to sort of turn around.
Uh-huh.
You think, what am I watching here?
I know.
You don't expect this or don't expect that. Um, and you do feel sorry for the character of Will, as you've already mentioned him, who gets diagnosed with stage 4 cancer,
Uh-huh.
um, who's given the opportunity to have
He
his brain removed and frozen and placed in the ship what's going to in,
intercept them.
intercept these aliens via nuclear explosions through
Hmm.
space. Um, so
And
they
it was like the same kind of ship that they describe in Star Trek Insurrection,
mhm,
and the same kind of ship that Count Dooku
mhm.
flies in Star
It's
Wars.
like solar sails, isn't it?
Right,
Yeah.
precisely.
but it's for a fact that this is the end of Will.
Yeah.
Okay, his body may be gone, but
Yeah.
his brain is in that capsule in space, and it goes off course, of course.
Oh boy.
Um, but as the keep saying, the aliens are quite capable of designing his body if they
Yeah.
do. So I think that's what's going to happen. Will's going to come back as some sort of intelligence. I think.
If they ever catch up with him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he
Uh,
did go a hell of a long way uh, off course.
mm, I mean, I do like the way as well. The aliens are they're in the video game, but they can come out the video game as it proved to Wade on his private jet. Um,
Yeah.
as a threat, it just appears there, and I think, wow, so now they can come out the game. Um, but yes, some great stories, sad stories. Um, I enjoyed it. It was something different. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, each level of the game, you was at a different place. Level one was England. Um, was it level two or level three was the Pleasure Dome, of Kublai Khan's Pleasure Dome, which you had Mark Gatiss and Reece Shearsmith guest star in that clip.
I know.
Um, I mean, I thought that scene was great. The human computer,
That was so
that was
cool.
amazing. All those soldiers just stood there with the and you think those have solved the three body problem, but then all of a sudden the weather changes in every level, and we found out, you cannot solve the three body problem.
Well, not yet anyway. That's
Well,
that's that's the big thing that hangs, okay?
yeah, but even the alien said, you are right, you cannot solve the three body problem, but that is not the point of this exercise. It's to find out the most intellectual people who are using these headsets
Hmm.
to siphon out all the intellectuals for some reason.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was
I think that they have to solve the three body problem in order for them to not have to destroy Earth.
maybe so, but that'll mostly be solved in season three, won't it?
Or two.
Well, yeah, you never know. They could drag this one out. Um, but yeah, you did feel for these characters.
Yeah, and the other thing is it's like it was a book and
Mm-hmm.
by an author called Sixing Liu.
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Uh, maybe they call it Ken, but the name is Cixin, and it's the story comes in three different parts.
Yeah.
It's the three body problem, and then the dark forest, and then death's end. And I just was like, I wanted to listen to them before we did this podcast, but I never got my I
Yeah,
my
they're not.
hold on my book didn't come up
No,
fast enough. Sorry.
that's okay. I mean, the Chinese novel is a series, Remembrance of Earth's Past.
Yeah.
Uh, but also there's an animated was it Three Body Problem in Minecraft.
Oh,
And there's a Chinese live action called Three Body.
oh, cool.
So it's been remade, and so but we chose this one, and I'm glad I chose it because it was something different.
Yeah,
So
what was it? The story was from the story was from 2014, so it's not that old either.
yeah,
Anyway, it's so good that you suggested this. It is really it's a really engaging story.
I mean the character of Tatiana, who's the mysterious woman, what keeps appearing, but not
Yeah,
appearing on the recordings. So the aliens are using her. Um,
definitely.
she killed Jack. Spoilers, of course.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
so
right.
you're thinking they're going to use her to the full effect in the next season. Uh, but yeah, I enjoy. Anything else? What stands out for you on this?
And the way that each episode tries to put one character's intellect to the test. It's
Hmm.
every segment of the story takes one person, their intellect, and puts it to it tests it. So I think that's part of the interest. I mean, the first story was basically who is smarter than the Cultural Revolution, and then
Mm,
the second one was who is smarter than the cultural zeitgeist of the 30, 40 years of the Cultural Revolution, or 50, 60, 70 years of that anyway. Interesting. It really is. It's it kind of challenges a lot of notions that you've got
yeah, I mean to have that countdown in just in your vision all the
front of your
time.
eyes. Oh my god.
It's no wonder that it sent the other scientists insane.
Hmm.
And but luckily the other, what was the name? Uh,
Augie
Augie. That's
Salazar.
it. Augustine Salazar. That's it. Augie
Augie. Yeah.
had to stop all our work
Yeah.
for the countdown to stop. So her career just down the pan.
Yeah.
Um, I
And
mean,
that's really hard because like
yeah,
she
she
had
was a
to
little,
figure out a way around it
yeah.
without killing herself. Oh my gosh.
But
Intense.
the technology she created, it's a deadly weapon, as we saw what he did to the that ship.
Yeah, it just sliced it into like little teeny tiny
Yeah,
slices.
everybody who got in the way just sliced in half.
Everybody and everything. It went right
Yeah.
through the ship, right through the metal, right through the bonded
Mm,
steel, the riveted steel, those parts that are enhanced for sailing vessels so that they can be on the water and they never leak.
mm,
Those sorts of inner uh you know joints, everything just went through like butter, and it came up like an egg slicer.
yeah.
I just saw that. I didn't really get what was happening until it finally cut all the way through the
Mm.
whole ship until the front, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what it is. Because just like the egg slicer, it swings in anyway. And then they're always talking about what happened in Panama because that apparently happened in the Panama Canal.
All right. You know that.
Yeah, there was like it was a fairly narrow channel, the canal, and they had two steel poles that lifted up and went all the way down into the water. But the water uh isn't terribly deep. It's like 100 feet or something. So like that's 100 feet above the water and
Mhm.
100 feet below the water. And then they had to quickly get rid of the evidence that they'd ever done that experiment.
All right.
And they were and I thought that they were creating those fibers, those glass fibers for the solar sail or for the nuclear sail,
Mhm.
you know, which I think that they did, but then when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's really what they had those fibers for.
If they
Because
can
they
make
were
it, if they can make it into a weapon, they will.
precisely,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Uh,
they used all the weapons and uh I mean, what did they stop blowing them up when the guy went off course? When Will went off course?
yeah, yeah. It went off. He only did. Was it four? And then
Yeah,
it stopped.
4 or 5.
Deviated. Um.
So they still have the stair steps of all those
Yeah.
devices. They could still try again.
Well, I think that's going to be an ongoing thing in the next season.
Yeah,
But I'm looking forward to seeing when that comes out.
agreed. Me too.
Mm. It did sort of grip me.
Yeah,
I mean, the scene with the stars.
blinking. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just like one area of the sky. So
All over the world.
all over and it was the whole sky.
Yeah. Be there at 12 o'clock midnight and look up at the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the power of these aliens, well, we're 400 years away.
So we need to be able to solve their existential problem, their three body problem
Mm.
before they get here, right?
We've got enough time.
Right. Right.
Uh,
Anyway,
anything, anything else before we go to fancy and score?
um I did like that jacket that's fully bulletproof except for
Mm.
the face.
Yeah, the assassin said I should go for the head next time.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I always think, yeah, well, why don't they? I don't know. All right, okay then. So, what would you give this then?
I will give this I'll give this 9 filaments, fiber filaments out of 10. For the reality slicer or the nuclear sail. Um,
Mhm.
I just I think that the aliens may have also had to do with the creation of the things that attach the filaments to the ship. That's what failed in that old. And then I was like, oh man, did Boeing create it? Did I just say that?
Oh dear.
Sorry about that, all you Boeing employees out there. I don't hate you. I'm
Oh.
just taking the mic.
Well, I just seen as you said, and I agree with you. For the first two or so episodes, it was a bit slow going. So for that reason, I'm going to give it 9 as well. It does pick up.
Hmm.
and it does pull you in.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's
Otherwise,
good.
I don't know how I would have finished it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 9 uh, stars named after yourself
Oh,
out of 10, which Will votes his friend a star.
yeah,
What was it? 2
for Augie? No,
grog?
for Jin. Sorry, he was into Jin.
Yeah, I like a bit of gin every now and again.
Huh. But he was so hooked on her, and she just didn't know how serious it was.
Because
Oh,
he like to say.
yeah.
So yeah,
British, very British.
there was some American actors in this, of
I
course.
know, I know, I know. It's true.
It was a mixed cast, shall we
It
say?
was. It was.
But
And
yeah,
uh and the other thing was is like the fact that it was aiming for intellectual authenticity and integrity. I thought that was really cool. That was something that science fiction had needed for a little while. I thought that was really righteous.
mm, as I say, it was the trailer on Netflix what caught my eye, and
Huh.
I thought, looks interesting. We'll have to do that at some point. So
Yeah.
we've done it. So you guys out there, have you seen Free Body Problem? Have you seen the other versions of the Free Body Problem? Let us know. Um, just leave a message below on this video, which you'll find on all social media platforms because we share it about. Um, also, if you'd like to join us, do the same. Leave a message. We'll get round to answering as soon as we can. All you have to be is 18 plus, and have a working camera and microphone on the device you use, really. And also, when you subscribe, or you should be subscribing already to our
Hmm.
YouTube channel, um, please press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put a video. So, is that it, Susan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think I seem to be frozen.
Oh, you are.
Oh, how weird.
I never know. But so you're frozen at your end. It's usually the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, it usually is. Sorry
But
about that.
how do you speak without moving your lips?
I don't know. It's just magic.
It's, it's a great trick.
It's good science fiction, right?
Yeah, yeah. So until next time, guys, I'm gonna have to sort out how Susan's turned to stone. I'm gonna have to rectify that.
Hmm.
Um, so until next time, guys, please be safe. Look up at the skies. Bye for now.